Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, October the 26th, I believe. So, this week we're going to add 2 more pages into our math journal. And today we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Okay? So, as you can see, this is going to be on page 17 of our math journal. Okay? So, page 17 of the math journal. Now, multiplying and dividing fractions, there's a couple little differences, and we'll get into dividing the fractions tomorrow. But for today, we're talking about multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Okay? So, this is kind of a little bit of every which way, just so they could fit it on the paper. But this is going to be on your assignment. So if you can, print it out and keep it. Put it in your math journal. If not, you can just kind of write it in after I get it put in. I can show you. So I've already colored them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out and glue these in. Okay, remember, cut the dark solid lines. The dotted lines are just where we're going to fold it. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut this out, and I'll go ahead and glue it in, and then we'll talk about multiplying and dividing, or multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Okay, I've already got them glued in for the most part, but I want to show you, if you are able to cut these out, how to actually fold these and glue them in. Now, if you're having to write them in, I want you to draw them out just like this, okay, just like they are on the sheet. So when you write them in, let's just say if you had to write them in, you'd have like 3 arrows just like this, okay, just like this. So this one would be here, the mixed numbers, and fractions by whole numbers up there, okay. So I'm going to show you how to fold this. So first we need to fold the arrow. Okay. Remember, we're folding on the dotted lines as best that we can anyway. Okay. So that's how you need to fold it. Then I'm going to fold it back over on itself. And then fold back, just like folding an accordion, I guess. And then fold it one more time back on itself. Okay? And then you're going to put glue on this back little piece right here. Okay? So, when we're multiplying our fractions, fraction by fraction, fraction and a whole number, if we look at these tabs now, okay, all we have to do is follow those steps. And it's kind of pretty simple. Okay? So let's just start fraction by fraction. Okay? So I'm going to pull this out. Okay? And it gives me the 3 steps. Now, if you'll notice on all 3 of these that your third step is always going to be simplify. Okay? We always want to get it to the simplest form. Okay, so let's look. So when we're multiplying fractions, the first thing that we do is multiply the numerators. All right, so if we look, multiply the numerators. So the numerators are what? All right, 1 and 4. Okay, so 1 times 4 is 4. Okay. And then it says to multiply the denominators. Okay, 2 and 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay. Now, once we get there, the third step tells us to simplify. Now, all we need to do when we simplify is find the greatest common factor. Okay. Now, we notice that both of these are even. Okay, So we know that 2 will go into both of these. So we just divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. Okay? And I didn't give myself enough room, so I'm just going to write it below it. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Alright? And 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay? So that's it. When you're multiplying fractions, just multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, and then simplify to 2/5. Okay? So let's fold this back up. Alright. Now let's go to a fraction and a whole number. Alright, so we'll just pull the tab, see what the steps are. I might have glued that one down a little bit. Okay, 3 steps. Once again, I told you, step 3 is always going to tell you to simplify. Alright, so step 1, rewrite whole number as a fraction. Now, anytime we have a whole number, okay, anytime we have a whole number, that is basically telling us that that whole number is over 1. Okay, so always place your whole number over 1. Alright, and then multiply the fractions. Well, now we have it in a fraction. Okay, we're going to follow the steps, fraction to fraction. And if we already remember those, we multiply straight across. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. Alright, and then it says to simplify. Can we simplify 2/3? No, we cannot. Okay? No, we cannot. Okay. So, rewrite the whole number as a fraction. So, just put it over 1. Put your whole number over 1 and then multiply straight across. Okay? Alright, now we're talking about mixed numbers. Now, if you remember from last week, mixed numbers are what? Well, right here's one above it. Alright, a whole number and a fraction. A whole number and a fraction. That's a mixed number. Alright, so let's see what it tells us to do with a mixed number. Oh. Alright, step 3 says simplify. We already know that. Convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay, now, to convert a mixed number to improper fractions, last week we talked about going from improper fraction to a mixed number. So I'm going to slide over here, and we're going to go from a mixed number to a improper fraction. Try not to tear up the page here. Okay, so let's just come up with one. Let's come up with 3 1/2. Okay, 3 1/2. All right, and I'll write convert mixed number to improper fraction. Now, make sure you put this in your math journal. Okay? So, all we need to do, okay, is multiply our denominator by our whole number. That's going to give us 6. Okay? And then add, so we're going to work clockwise. Okay? So, multiply your denominator and whole number. I better write number out. Okay. Step 1. Step 2. Add the product to the numerator. Okay. So that's all we have to do, and then it's going to end up here in our numerator. Okay, so 2 times 3, 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 over 2. Okay? That's how you convert your mixed number to an improper fraction. Alright, so let's go back down here. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too bad. Alright, so convert mixed number to improper fractions. Alright, so we're going to multiply here. We're going to work our way around. We're going to add to the top. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1. It's going to give us 3 over 2. Alright, and we're going to multiply. We're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to times, we're going to work clockwise and add to the top. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9/4. If I can make my 4. Okay. Now, what do? Multiply the fractions. So we multiply straight across. Okay. So just multiply straight across. 2 times, I'm going to start with the denominator. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. 2 times 4 is 8. What's 3 times 9? It's 27. Okay. Now, what do we have to do? We have to simplify that, right? Alright, so 27 over 8. Now, we worked on this last week on changing an improper fraction to a mixed number. So let's do that again. Alright, remember, it's the numerator divided by the denominator. So I'm going to come over here. 27 divided by 8. 8 goes into 27 3 times. Alright, so it's 24. Alright. When I subtract these two, it gives me 3. Now remember, 3 is your whole number. Alright, that top number is your whole number. This number is your numerator. And your 8, well, it's your denominator. 3 3/8. Okay? Now, I want you to do these 3. Okay? And you're going to have sheets. I don't want you to look at it, but this sheet right here is going to be with your with the paper that you cut out for your math journal. Okay? And if you have questions on if you got it right, well, the answers are at the bottom of that sheet. Okay, for these 3. All right. Let me fold this back up here. I've straightened it out. So, what I want you to do is do these 3, and you're probably going to have maybe 5 to 10 questions on an assignment that goes with this. Once you get done with this, take a picture and upload it or attach it to the assignment that says MJ for Math Journal. Okay, and it's going to say MJ multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Okay, so upload it, attach it to there, take a picture of it, and attach it to there. All right. Now, if you don't have enough room to do your computations to work these out, by all means, number them. Okay, I don't care how you number them, and then number them over here, and just complete them over here, and then write your answer underneath. Okay. Pause this video anywhere you need to take your notes and to write it down. Make sure that you get this in your math journal. Okay, I'll be checking it when we come back, hopefully next week. All right. Remember, there is a test this Friday. Okay. So, get this put in, and you'll see an assignment up shortly. Complete it. Tomorrow we're going to talk about dividing fractions. All right. Y'all have a good day.